Alright folks, this is ioEther and we're back with some more World of Tanks. As you guys can see, this is Gast and this is Matilda. It's a tier 4 game on Cliff. And yeah. So while we slowly get into the game, I do want to say that it's probably going to be a while before the channel gets back on track with more than one video a day, or less than that, depending on the day. So it turns out that our closer, who was injured, is going to be out for at least a month and a half. So we're working on hiring new people, but as far as I can tell, that's going really badly. So if any of you live near Rochester and want to join as a line cook, email me. Because good lord, do we need people. I don't know. Most of you don't live anywhere near me and can't possibly help, and I get that. But it's just really frustrating right now. That all being said, if you want to do channel art for the or art for the channel at all, also email me because I'd love to work out something with that, and I can pay you a little bit depending on the Patreon donations. So yeah, think about it. So now we're into the game as he was just destroying that poor Hetzer. I don't know what the Hetzer was thinking was going to happen. I guess the Hetzer figured he could get to the rock and didn't realize he was going to take that much damage getting to the rock. Though Gast here really needs to let his shots aim in. This gun will fire faster than you can aim, especially if you're moving. However, if you let it aim, this thing is almost laser-like. And he can definitely hit little parts of that Hetzer if he lets it aim. Ooh, unfortunately not pulling the trigger quite in time. Ooh, gonna have a big shot at that guy, because apparently that guy just wants to get shot at. Okay. If you're going to rock back and forth right in front of a Matilda, you're not going to do much except get yourself shot. Which is exactly what happens to him. And the Hetzer was out of cover for a second. Not enough for us to do anything to him, unfortunately, but he did kill the guy behind us. I mean, it was a Type 95. You can't fault that too much. Killing a Type 95 involves just shooting it enough, and since it's so big and slow and dumb, it's hard to not shoot it nearly enough. The Matilda, though, I almost feel like I should tell you guys how to kill this thing. I'm not actually going to go into an armor detail because I don't have time for that. But I am going to say, if you're looking at it from the front, oops, that was weird. If you're looking at it from the front, you want to be shooting here. Everyone else is armored and angled enough that you're just going to ricochet off. Shooting it at the turret is pretty much useless unless you can hit this cupola. And if you're shooting in the side, you want to shoot up here, because down here is a ton of spaced armor. Albeit, if you can put shells through these gaps, then you're going to be okay. Everywhere else, though, is spaced armor, so shoot it up here to make sure you get those shells through. And if you're looking at it from the rear, whatever you do, make sure you don't ricochet shells off that armor or that angled back, because people will do that. Yeah. So basically, the way to defeat a Matilda is not to be seen by it, and to shoot it inside, because that is the best way. If this thing can see you, it can angle against you pretty easily, as you can tell by the fact that we've been shot at twice, and neither shell has gone in. As we go through this game, I'm sure we'll get more evidence of how OP the Matilda is at tier 4. This thing is a great training tank, because it's a lot like heavy tank at higher tiers, and it's just gonna walk through this poor cruiser 3 or cruiser 2 is not gonna be able to do a thing about it. Oh look, he got a shell in because he did HE, right? Yeah. So HE damage will of course hurt this thing, but I mean really. Ooh, the one thing you gotta remember about this gun is you gotta let it aim in. So if you're reloading, you're gonna reload faster than you can aim. So it means you're not gonna be able to use this thing at the full efficiency at range, because of the fact that you're gonna need to let this thing aim in. But that's okay. I mean, you can just spam shells off. I mean, he's been spamming shells off this entire game. He's still got 42 AP rounds left and 13 gold rounds. And at that distance, that PZ S35 is going to have a hard time penning us. So he auto aims onto it to make sure he can still shoot it while moving and looking in a different direction, and then goes up and is just going to play possum with this poor SU. Make sure he's just barely poking his turret up and over. And the SU has very little to shoot at. Unfortunately, Lure is sitting right here and gets us full on the side with some HE. And that is a ton of health gone. It's about a third of our health that just got knocked off. And with all those spamming into the bush, we managed to not even hit the thing. Gets his frontal armor pointed towards it though, in time to accept the next shell, and doesn't die because of it. So with 38 health left, he's gonna angle back over the top of him. And he's shooting into rocks though right now, so he needs to actually either push into the cap or push across the cap and start up that hill if he wants shots on these guys. We're gonna speed this up a little bit because he's going over for cover. Never mind. Oh, look at that. That's an interesting position. So he's actually still in cover behind the SU, but he's also still in the cap circle. And now he's just going to wait for the enemy to come at him. I like this position, actually, quite a bit. That M2 is going to have a hard time trying to do anything against him, especially with our artillery and the M15 behind him. And they actually take him out. So now we're just waiting on the second M2, which was never spotted, by the way. And so it's quite possible he's up along this cliff somewhere, hiding in the bushes. Yep, look at that. He's right there. He's just waiting for the enemies to come to him. Unfortunately for him, he's going to die. I bet you he fired like 1 or 2 shells that entire game. And we're just going to go ahead. I guess we'll let this play out. Nope, he's going to sink cap. Okay. So that was an awesome game, and the Matilda is a great go-to tank if you want to have some fun. The thing is, you really do have to play it like a heavy tank, side scraping, and you're going to go really slow when you push forward, and you really do have to let the gun aim all the way in, so you're not going to be firing as fast as you can reload, kind of thing. But other than that, great tank. And we're just gonna pop over to the thingy, battle reports, whatever. See you in a sec. Ace tanker, bruiser, duelist, fire for effect, high caliber, and top gun. Well done. 33 in damage. The rest of his team just leaps and bounds behind him. Actually, props to this M15. Without him, this game would have been a lot harder. And would have been a little bit of a problem. But overall, great game, great job. 62 rounds fired, and still a ton left in the tank. If you wanted to just keep firing rounds at the stars, at the sun, at the lighthouse, like, I mean, this thing is almost the kind of tank where you can just drive across the battlefield, holding down the fire button, get to the side, and still have ammo left. Just a great job overall. 200 damage blocked by armor. If he hadn't got hit by artillery twice, and then the cruiser 2 with the HE round on the side, he wouldn't have taken any damage this game. Actually, that M2 at the end there didn't fire a single shot all game, got shot in the side 4 times and died. But somehow got some damage from detecting something. What? Okay. Well, even the bots got to get their punches in, I guess. thank you so much for all of this. Thank you guys so much for saying this in. I hope I did pronounce the name right. He did say he's French. So... No, Goss? My brain doesn't think in French anymore. So, sorry. Oh, wait, Goss. Goss? Because there's no E after the T, right? Or gas. Sorry, either way, I'm sure I got that name wrong now that I think about my French and the rules of the language. Oops. I'm sorry. But other than that, have a great day, and I'll see you later. ioEther out.